Hi, Mike Sarah here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust, so you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
Podcast that you love. We missed you. Hey, you. Hey.
What's up, bitches?
Hi. We really missed you. Thanks for being here. Do you know where we are?
On a couch?
We are on a couch in the studio.
We're on a sofa.
What's the difference between a sofa? No, I'm not going there. I'm not taking that bait.
We're on a love sack.
Just
love sack.
that's fun. Oh, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I was really late to that party.
Welcome.
Hashtag sell the bell.
Thank you.
Welcome to
Put her
the
there, Koa.
Customer States
Oh, no.
podcast, where every week we get together, talk about our workday, and do this.
And Koa
Oh,
likes
crap.
the
Oh,
microphone.
my God. Guys,
Mike
You're
was the first one to
you're
come.
late.
All right, everybody, wait. Listen closely.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't think my phone's on silent. Oh, no, Koa. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Koa. So, in case you didn't know, or you're new
Strawberry.
here, I didn't drink this. Hang on. I'm Allie Paul. Did I say what we're doing here?
Yes.
I administrate warranties for both Volkswagen and Mazda, and I do it very professionally. That's why they call us a warranty professional.
I feel like that term is very condescending.
I feel like they made an effort to be like, you're not just an administrator. You're not just like a secretary. You do more than that. So now you're a professional.
I agree. I think it is their attempt.
They made an attempt.
I think it is their attempt at making it sound something more glorious than what it is. But at the same time,
No. I think they're making it sound as glorious as it needs to be. Okay, go on.
as I was saying, it sounds very condescending to me.
Yeah. Well, as you know, when I first told
I'm
you
over
guys
here
that term, I
defending
felt
you.
like it was like, oh, now we're professionals. We were just peons before, but now we're professionals.
Peons.
You know who is a professional?
Mr.
A
Jacob
surface
Rikus.
professional is an amazingly professional person to my left.
And
His
sexy
name-
as fuck.
Yeah, he's nodding. To my left is Jake.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
How are you?
Hi.
I'm good.
Yay.
I'm hanging in there. I'm here.
How's
It's
it
fine.
hanging?
Sometimes that's all you can be.
For the
It's weird.
right.
Oh, okay.
It's been a week, right? It's been a week.
It is. It has been a week. We have a vacation coming up though, which is going to be fun.
It's fantastic.
No thanks to Disneyland.
We're
Not
also
sponsored.
We're also going to Disneyland on the 19th, so that'll be fun.
Because we can get reservations.
Yep.
2 weeks ago, we couldn't get reservations.
But I am a service. I wouldn't say professional.
Person.
I'm a service
He's
Amateur.
Attempter.
assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah.
Hashtag sell the bow.
I was going to say, assistant to the service director or assistant service director, but
You're a test driver.
a test driver?
Mm-hmm.
I hate you. We'll get to
funny.
that. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But I am a service advisor now, service assistant, service manager. I've been doing it for 4 years, basically. And
Do you still swivel chairs and click pens?
even harder, just more intense.
Hashtag sell the bow.
Just he looks straight in your eye very intensely and just clicks that pen.
He does it with more power now.
Yeah, it's like just whee. I hooked up a really big bearing to the bottom of it, so it just keeps going. I'm like a fidget spinner. When my customers are angry, I'm like, okay, go ahead, spin me.
And that's what we call a spinner, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's okay, Cole, we love you. To my left, in a camo hat with a C, is Michael Sarah.
With an S.
Well,
Not a C.
it's not. Oh yeah, I guess so.
But it makes the same sound in some circumstances.
Circumstances.
See you next Tuesday.
See you
So-
next Thursday.
So my name is Mike. I am a senior master technician, shop foreman, and transmission technician at a Ford dealership. And to my left is the fanatically ferocious.
You're such a bitch, Allie.
I tickled Eric
I
and he
was
went,
trying
he
to-
Eric
went all
Montenegro.
spastic.
Thank you, Michael. I was
Oh,
trying to
we're
be
allowed to say
cute
that.
and stretch and be dainty, and Allie decided to shove her
We're
finger
still
in my armpit.
daintily. No, I didn't shove it.
Smell your finger now.
I caressed.
Smell your finger. They're clean. I'm kidding. They're clean.
Oh
What was that?
Superstar.
Oh yeah, very good. SNL
Evian,
callback.
go drink a bottle of yourself.
I'm Eric, heavy line technician.
Hi,
for-
beautiful.
Hello.
Hi.
For Fjord Motor Company.
Fjord.
For 4 years and almost 10 months. Next week will be 10 months.
You're so close to your anniversary.
I'm so close I could come.
Do not come.
Wow, Allie for once wasn't prepared for that. That's odd.
No, I had a drink in my mouth.
I'm gonna come.
It's a good thing you didn't chip a tooth on the can.
Oh yeah.
It is good.
Michael, that's you with a tooth.
Yeah.
The tooth.
What's up?
The tooth.
The tooth.
It's tell your tooth
tooth,
story.
The tooth.
Oh.
The people want to know.
So for any of us that any of those people that follow us on social medias, I had posted a picture of a vehicle. So I've had to like play many roles again still, and Porter apparently is now one of my new roles, which I don't mind because it needs to happen. But you know, so
Welcome to my life.
Hopping in a bunch of vehicles all the time, more than I did. And
People are disgusting.
when I get
They
into
are.
to this specific vehicle, I noticed that on the gear shift lever boot, there's a human tooth.
Just hanging out, you know.
And I know
get
this.
there?
Oh my God, Mike. You should have taken it and left a quarter.
Oh my
That would have been good.
Hashtag
my
sell the bell.
God.
Hashtag winning.
Hi, Lisa.
If you would have had even
Hi,
a
Ethan.
tiny sticky note that said "Love the Tooth Fairy."
In
Hilarious.
crayon.
Well, so I mean, like I don't know if you looking at the picture, you know, obviously that was a superimposed picture, and it looks like a human tooth when you look at it like that. But when I first got in the car, it just looked like some speck of white thing. I was like, what's going on here?
Did you pick it up?
No.
Sorry.
I reached my face down closer to it and then instantaneously
Did
knew
it
exactly
smell?
what it was. No, not worse than the car, at least.
Oh, because
Yeah.
there's a tooth in it.
I worked as a chairside dental assistant for a long time.
Yeah.
So I know what a tooth looks like.
I mean, you
that
could
was
see
one
all
of them.
the
So
debris around it. You could tell that person
that was
did not
that
take
was
care of
the
their shit.
tooth inverted.
No, I meant like all the dust and
Oh,
dirt.
Like in the
on the
boot,
nastiness
in
of
the
the
boot.
boot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's like, you know, I don't demand that you detail your cars like with a toothpick and
But maybe not leave a tooth.
Don't leave a human tooth in
Do
there.
you mean
Like,
toothbrush?
You don't
Not
leave a human tooth. You don't leave half a mouse. You don't. What
don't-
else?
Don't detail it with a toothbrush.
oh, there you go. Hashtag sell the bell.
Nicely
Bing
done.
bong.
Nicely done.
Fuck your life.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like it's crazy the things that people leave in their cars and like they're okay with that being there. But you know, Lord
What if they forgot that it was there?
I think that's what
How
happened,
do you
right? They went to the dentist
you
first,
have-
then they had a car appointment.
No. You have to put your hand right, like within 2 inches of this human tooth in the boot all the time. It's like there's a souvenir or something. I don't get it.
Well,
I
my
really... go ahead.
my brain goes towards the fact it's like, what are you doing? Are you saving it for a snack? It's
Yeah,
like,
what is-
do you want to re-intake the calcium or something?
That
that's
tooth
so
cannot be
gross.
reattached. It's
Right.
There's nothing that can be done for it. You throw that away or like tell your
was
dentist like, hey, I lost this tooth.
Right.
This one, can you help me get another one?
It was a fairly healthy looking
maybe-
tooth too, not like it had decay or anything. So I'm like, how's that just drop out?
Maybe
Well,
it
it
fell out of their
was-
mouth and they're like, oh, I'll just shove it back in the hole later.
It was a broken tooth and it did have decay on it.
It was broken?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't look broken to me.
Again,
Gross.
I was a chairside dental assistant for a little while.
Which tooth was it?
Well, I will tell you that I think one of the jokes that I'd made privately was like, if I had
Yeah.
a little bit more information or
Number
like an X-ray.
32.
Well, 32 would be close to the number that it could be. So you're absolutely correct.
Oh, look at me.
32s are a little bit further back than what that tooth would technically be.
I would have thought your second molar from your incisor is what that would have been.
There's numbers from they go all the way around from the back to the back top to bottom. So it's like anything from like, what is it, 3s to 7s or something like that. Or I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the numbers. I've been working on cars for too long. Anyway, so
A tech who is
there's a number for
also
it.
a dental
Was
chairside dental assistant is screaming at their pod device right now. I'll have
as
you
they
know.
should be, because I forgot all of that stuff because I do not need to commit it to memory anymore.
Did you guys ever see that movie Darkness Falls?
No.
It sounds familiar,
Is
but
it
no.
tooth related?
It was about like a haunted tooth fairy.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Super
that sounds
fucking-
kind of funny.
Super fucking cheesy, but believe it or not, and I saw it as an adult, it actually scared the shit out of me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Teeth,
like-
mouth, and teeth stuff really bother me. Like, I don't like spit.
what's
like,
that
it's
phobia
gross.
called, Mike?
Toothophobia.
Of what?
A toothophobia of like teeth and
Mouth stuff.
Probably like dentophobia.
Oh, periodontophobia.
Yeah, periodontophobia or whatever.
oh jeez.
So,
Anywho,
Well, since Mike almost went to dental school,
ski.
Yeah.
Ski.
ski.
Maggie, do you ride your tiny bicyclette to ski? So,
South Park.
speaking of ski, how I spoke last week and week prior about the valve adjustment job that's going to be coming up very soon.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why the techs are at ski. And the gentleman that is teaching is probably, we can call him the best Mazda technician because he's like,
at your dealership.
what? No. The guy who
In the
teacher,
world.
the guy,
The teacher.
the actual teacher. He is Mazda's main field engineer. So they decided to give him the opportunity to teach the class. And the guy's a savant when it comes to vehicles in general, but he's
So he's now teaching instead of field engineering.
both. They just gave him.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh, I would imagine he's not teaching every single.
No,
damn
he's
day.
not.
Okay.
No, just this one. And there's, they've come out with a special tool to do all of the adjustments with. I honestly only got a brief look at it, but it's a long metal bracket with a couple of holes in it and whatever it's going to be used for.
Don't share proprietary information.
I honestly, I didn't know what I was looking at.
Next week, Jake gets sued.
But
This is a special tool for that valve adjustment job.
correct. And I got a 2-3 second look at it where it was passing hands between techs saying, here, you're going to need this at the class. And
Interesting.
besides the fact of them being there, and I enjoy when my techs actually want to go to these classes because they're not mandatory. They're just,
Informational.
right. It's what? You can say it.
That's weird because like our classes are compulsory. Like if you want to be a technician, you have to go to these classes.
So because it's not going to be a recall, it's going to be a special service program. It's not being required. If it was a recall, it might be different.
I can understand that.
but it's because it isn't really affecting a whole lot, or it's not bad enough for the oil lights to come on with the turbos, and it's only to be repaired if it has happened to the customer and it is
It's like on complaint only.
on complaint only. And that's if they even have noticed it, because we've had like 1 or 2 customers where it's like, okay, my oil light has been on for like 3 days, but I know.
I really thought you were going to say years.
No. And then, but most of them are, hey, about 2 weeks ago, I was heading, up the hill or down the hill, or I was taking a sharp turn and the light flashed and then went away just because the oil level shifted.
Slushing around in
Right.
the pan.
Yes.
Sloshing.
I like slush.
Madam Montenegro.
I'm curious, and I'm sure some of the listeners are as well. Whatever happened to that customer's Mazda 3 that the other dealership fucked up and didn't tighten the drain plug on?
So still no update to that.
Oh my
That is
God.
still sitting in the same spot, untouched.
No way.
We are not allowed to touch it.
Did you guys end up putting him in a rental or a loaner?
He is in a loaner.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Well, there was some back and forth at first. They weren't going to pay for it. and
Correct.
They were trying to figure out what they were going to do.
Right, so we stepped up for the guy, and we
Okay.
just gave
That
him
was
one
nice
of our
of you.
loaners. So it was just, you know what, here, go. It's fine. Yes.
So speaking of really quick, like going back on or following up with something from previous weeks, I said we would follow up on my my old person mistake, my email, my
yeah.
reply all email.
That's right.
I said I would let you guys know if
asked you
if
if
she
she
responds.
responded.
I think she probably did respond to Alex, but he did not forward the emails to me at that point. He's
Lesson
like, I'm not
learned.
doing that again.
And like with the text, how it's not required, it's just highly recommended that you go to the class. It was nice that almost all of my techs went. I've got one tech who decided not to go to the actual class.
Oh, mouth the name. Okay.
So, and there's really nothing wrong with that. He's a good tech, and he's got the most experience with how long he's been there, and he's watched all of the webinars and seen it done enough times. Granted, he doesn't have the hands-on experience that he would there, where they're actually letting you do the, like at Cranberry Institute, where they would crack something open. Here, do this. Here's your first hands-on at it.
Right.
Granted, he doesn't get to do that, but after finding out there's going to be a special tool and he's going to have all of the other techs, if he gets hung up, it's realistically, he's like, I'll have to do this once. And it's like, I have no problem asking for them to show me something, and then I've got it from that point forward.
So how long is this class? When like how far away is it from like your central area?
I assume
3-ish hours.
Is it in the place where I used to go to training? Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Oh my
North
god.
or south?
East?
Ours is
No.
south.
South.
Well,
It's in.
screw it.
It's in a place that's also a town in Canada,
It's far enough away. It's in Irvine.
Montgomery?
Ontario. Oh, it is Irvine.
It's Irvine.
The Volkswagen trainings were in Ontario.
So
Not Canada, though.
No, I said Montgomery because that's only Alabama. But anyway.
Yeah, Irvine.
Alabama. Did I say Alabama?
No, I said Montgomery.
Oh, okay.
So my other question is do the techs get paid for this?
Yes, they get paid for a whole day.
Okay, so it's like a full day of training. So it's kind of similar to what Ford does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you also get reimbursed for your gas.
Yeah, fuel and stuff like that.
Or you can get reimbursed for 1 day of hotel, but not both.
Correct. One or the other.
What? So they put us up in a hotel and they pay for my gas and they give me
And food.
money.
Yeah.
We it's like a 15.
Well, we do work for
15 per
different
day,
companies.
Correct.
per diem.
Now,
Oh, I got a little
Now,
bit more.
if it's a required,
Fancy.
if it's a required class where Mazda is stating you have to do this, like if you need to do a class to up your certification or keep your certification,
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's gas, stay, food, and you get a whole day's worth of pay from the dealership. But with this one, because it was voluntary, you get, if you stay up there, they think of it as it's a 3-hour drive there, a 3-hour drive back. The class is only an hour and a half. If you want to stay the night up there,
Only an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's why it's not mandatory.
okay.
That's a lot for just a short day.
Yeah.
hour and a half, 2 hours. Well, either way, it's
Either
not
way.
a long.
Even
It's
for
not a
2
long
hours,
class.
even for 3 hours. Like when I would go to my training, the
Ford
day it would
school
be
is
a
supposed
full
to be 8
day.
hours.
Yeah.
It usually is.
Yep.
But it's just, yeah. Well, oh, and then the other side of the coin is when you have technicians at school is you have less technicians.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the minute you said how happy you get when the techs want to go to the class, and
It's bittersweet.
my mind immediately went to, yeah, but you're already short-staffed.
Right. So it is bittersweet. On Tuesday, I had one of my techs go, and then today we had two techs go that are in the same stall with one another, and they're the other ones that have the most amount of experience. So we're like,
That sounds gay.
well, alrighty then. And
Never mind.
I would know.
I wouldn't know. I'm what you would call an expert. And we offered to them, it's like, since you guys are going to be doing this repair in basically the exact same stall next to one another, do you want to go together where you both can bounce off of this? And they're like, we'd prefer to. And we wanted to send them separate days, but then we're like, you know what? It might be a good idea just to bite the bullet for a day and let them both take the class.
Again, gay.
Yeah.
Gay!
Gay, but
Today was very slow because we had to ease up on the appointments, and we've still got the recall that we're doing. So if
go fishing?
Disney World, and but besides that, and I guess real fast. So the new tech that we have, who has been working there for a week now, is doing very well.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Fantastic.
They always do at first.
So, and he...
Oh, come on. Have a little faith.
Let me not be a
Negative Nancy.
negative Nancy, a pessimist.
He's got good experience. He was at an independent shop, but he was everything. He leaned heavily towards heavy line, so he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. And the best thing about him is because he needs to get Mazda certified to flag warranty. He's like, oh, I'll do the job and some other tech can flag it. He's like, that's just practice for me.
Oh, hell no. No. I get it. And I appreciate his integrity. I really do.
But
I don't have a record scratch soundbite. Right? It should have been inserted right there.
I have expensive habits I need to support.
Right now, and
My goodness.
and on that topic, we're doing our best to make sure that he doesn't get a car that will have something like that. But he's like, if it ends up where the car comes in and it, nothing pops up, but I find something during an inspection and it has to be covered under warranty, he's like, I have no problem doing the work. It's not going to be forever. He's like,
no, allegedly, he won't do it. This is all alleged.
Right. Yeah. He won't do the warranty work, and he totally won't let some other tech flag for it. That's that's asinine.
That is not going to happen.
No, never at a professional shop.
Nope. No, he just watches while some other tech does it.
Exactly.
So he can
It's
learn.
training.
Exactly. Training.
So what I'm hearing you say is that a more experienced tech is doing it and he is training. Yes.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure I'm
No,
hearing that
correct.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm not a warranty professional, so I don't know
It's okay.
the proper verbiage for this. I'm just a service attempter, so you have to understand. I'm trying my best here, but he's doing really well. His wife, who is one of our parts ladies,
That's right.
She's amazing. I love her.
she is
Did
awesome.
they both start at the same time?
They
No.
did not. She came up to me yesterday, one or the other, and she goes, "How's he doing? Is he moldable? Is he going to be good?"
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I look at her.
She asked me about him too.
And I looked at her. I'm like, well, he's already leaps and bounds better than the liability was, so he's already winning in everybody's eyes.
You're like, has he backed into any vehicles? No.
Has he
Okay.
impacted any spark plugs?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
How many Ugga Duggas did he do?
right. And before we move on, the liability stopped by to say hi.
On the same, literally goes to his. Okay, so the new tech's wife calls me and she's like, the liability's here and my husband is in the bay. I don't know what to do. And I was like, it's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, he stopped by and I gave him a hard time. And
Good.
And I was like, so where are you putting in job
Why did he
applications
stop
to? It's like,
by?
is the Burger King hiring? What are we thinking?
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, of course
dirty-
you
Yes, I did.
Dirty.
That's hilarious.
Hey, somebody's got to tighten down the bolts on the fryer.
Well, allegedly tightened down the
Somebody's
bolts on the
got
fire.
to fix the milkshake machine.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
That's
Not the
McDonald's.
milkshake machine. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The ice cream machine.
It's the ice cream machine that's
Yeah.
always
Shit.
broken.
Yep. So, and but other than that, it's
They probably have a lot of advertisement out for positions like that.
They probably do.
all over the place.
Literally.
You can start at In-N-Out for $24.75
I am well aware.
or $26.75
In California.
in California.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I don't want to talk about
Asterisk.
it.
Yeah. As
I definitely make that much. Wink.
that wing's kind of like as
Just a mini stroke.
Are you feeling okay?
yeah, as a junior manager at one of those places, you make six figures at an In-N-Out.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I'm putting in my resignation
at the first stage junior manager, you make six figures. When you're second stage manager, you make like almost 200,000, and if you're a store manager, you can easily clear $300,000 a year. What?
No, she's scratching my arm
that,
for me.
other.
Yeah. Up, down, left, right.
So who's the marketing and advertisement or advertising?
Michael.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Sell something to me.
We're...
Sell the bell. Hashtag sell the bell. Ding, ding, bitch, buy a bell.
Ding, ding, bitch, buy a bell.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Ali.
You're welcome.
Mike could sell ice to an Eskimo.
So we're trying to grow our dealership, and we're trying to implement all these new things. And one of the things that I had, talked about was we can hire 7 people to answer the phones, but if there's nobody calling in, what good does that do?
Right.
So I had like spitballed some stupid ideas. I've been having problems sleeping, and stuff like that. So I'm up early in the morning, and I don't want to text message the people that I needed to talk to, but I send them an email. They'll get it in the morning. It goes to their work email. And so I was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I sent out this email to my 2 bosses, and I was like, we should probably think about things like marketing as far as like, emailers or email stuff, mailers,
They're not doing
flyers, radio commercials, TV spots, like
Take out an ad in
whatever.
the newspaper.
Seriously, whatever it takes. Send out smoke signals. I don't care. Get one of those skywriting planes. Whatever. We need to
Oh, that'd be fun.
we need to remind people that
blimp
we're here
fjord.
and we're taking appointments, and like we're making all these changes to make it easier to call in and set up an appointment and talk to your advisor and things like that. And so one of the things that I had kind of said is like, oh yeah, like also by the way, I kind of have like a studio that we could record a radio ad for free, and like I can't obviously say like, oh, by the way, it's like directly about this industry.
What I'm doing right
Yeah.
now, and this particular topic is going to be spoken about.
But literally, I mean, I don't think that that's a horrible idea, like to try and do all of that sort of marketing thing to get more business in. I mean, you got to think about it. You can open up all the channels to bring the business in and have all the technicians in the world, but if you don't have anybody coming into your location, what's the point?
What does it matter?
So I kind of want to know what other listeners have, just not because I'm asking, but because I'm asking, what do other people think about like advertising, stuff like that? What is the most effective ways to get new clientele in?
We do that all the time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, actually, I was just going to expand on that, so you can go ahead.
We do it all the time at our dealership. We send out mailers. We'll do emails from customers who have already been there. We'll send them different types of emails or different types of offers for service if they've been what's called it's not a discontinued customer, but it's
Like a lapsed customer.
like a deactivated customer where it's like
Because they haven't been there in a
Exactly.
certain number of
So-
years or
Right.
whatever months.
Right. So let's say that we haven't seen them in 6 to 8 months. If we still have their information or whatever information was on file at that time, it will send out an email saying, "Hey, we've missed you. We would love to see your car. Here's a coupon that is better than anything on our website. It's a one-time offer to get you back in to our dealership.
Is that auto-generated?
Auto-generated.
Oh,
Yeah, and there should be some kind of reports too that show like if people have missing recall, like recalls that are on their vehicle, because then if you send mailers to those people, like you're getting them in for a recall, but you're also having them in the dealership, which who knows what might happen at that point.
That's the biggest thing that I've
do
said
that.
as far as anything from appointment scheduling to anything, a phone call. Bring the vehicle into the dealership. Once it's in the service drive and we have our hands on it, chances are the vehicle is going to stay there for repairs. And we just need to have the cars in the drive. And
Usually.
But it's worth a try. I mean,
Now-
throw it at the wall, see what sticks.
Well, oh my God,
Spagooter.
you cannot. Oh my God,
A
How
spaghetti.
many times is that talked about in your
oh my God.
in your meetings?
That is
Where
like
do you think
nails.
I heard that
That's
term,
like
actually?
nails on a chalkboard to me.
That's how you check to see if your spagooter's done cooking.
I like mine al dente.
We have some stuff to talk about that in the second half of the podcast because I want to talk about like expanding the business and things like that.
And we can't get on to the next subject. That has to go over because that'll be a longer.
Well, we have a few more minutes.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I can tell you a couple other options that one of the dealerships that I know about does. They do a lot of like for Dodgers games, and they have commercials for that. When I go to the mall, the owner's face is on the door of the elevator. Like, I haven't seen that in a while,
But it was.
Allie,
do,
like local street fairs and stuff.
Do you want?
There's booths.
Do you want to tell the listeners what you're doing? By the way.
Counting her stitches.
I'm making pumpkins, you guys.
The entire
I've got
time.
a side hustle.
you guys.
The entire time we have been recording, ladies and gentlemen, and others.
Male listeners, if you would like a crocheted pumpkin for your wife or significant other, send us.
Female.
Why
you
does it have to be male listeners?
I was going to get there.
Non-gender.
Oh my lord.
Everybody. If
Male-
anybody.
If any, oh my God, you guys, so petty. If
Why does that bother you?
if anybody, no matter what's hanging between your legs, would like a pumpkin, please contact us, as Allie would love to make you one, and they're only $30.
Oh,
They are
$40.
definitely $30 that much.
okay. Sure. That's really high from what I've. If you're shipping to Canada, it's $30. Okay.
No, I would say
Message me and we'll talk about it.
that's better.
Get at me, bro.
They're very cute.
Is now can I post one to our socials and see what happens?
Absolutely, please. They're super adorable, and the fact that you're creating them while recording the episode, that makes it kind of unique.
This could be yours.
It could be yours.
And
it was
who-
actually you can watch the process of it being knitted.
And
I'm sorry,
whoever,
crocheted.
Thank you.
whoever it is out there that likes Allie's feet, you should buy one, and I'll make sure she touches
I'll
it
rub
with
my
her
feet
toes.
on it. Yeah.
They look-
Actually, I'll crochet it with my toes. It's
Wow,
a new
that's
skill I've been
impressive.
working on.
They look like
Those
nut.
ones are $70.
They look like nut koozies.
I've never seen a nut koozie, so I cannot confirm or deny.
Well,
Testacoozies.
hey, that's a good one. We should
boozy.
trademark TM.
TM.
Well, you know who else is trademarked?
Our sponsors,
Our fucking sponsors. Indeed, they are, and we have to thank them
like Bruce Vane,
for
Who does this song?
kick-ass music.
Very good.
And Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing, supplying us with Justice Brothers products.
and Nick Lowridge at Matco Tools, and the liability. If you're listening, you owe Nick money.
Shablamo. Also, we can't forget Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop in Lake Elsinore.
Can I say thank you for enunciating that?
Ray Moon.
Not Raymond. And everybody else who contributes
Ray.
to our happiness here in the studio. We really appreciate you.
We'll be back.
These bevs are delicious. BRB.
Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
What was that noise?
You'll never know.
Buzzy.
Stop. Munt.
And we're back. As Michael shakes his head in disappointment from me clearing my throat. Thank you to all of our sponsors for sponsoring us and keeping the lights and air conditioning on.
Yes.
We thank them very much, Travis Ferris,
We don't want to talk about
Nick
air
Lowridge, and Ray Moon. And everybody else who keeps us going.
Hello.
How about them Lubies?
How about them lubies?
I thought we were talking about
We
transportation.
could do lubies and then transportation.
I
That's
apologize. That was my mistake.
fine. It's okay. You pay attention.
But
It's,
how do
it's
we
fine.
transport those Lubies?
Oh,
Oh, well, we did make a joke about that last week. Do you remember?
I do.
So we recently had a new company delivering our Mazdas. So usually we get one transport company, which I just learned is oh, I'm so thirsty.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
About
Kevin.
that.
I'm so thirsty.
Kevin in the background saving us.
That was my bad again.
Thirst.
Ready?
I'm on the one.
Aim. Fire.
Jacob already cracked.
Pineapple. I was early this time, not late.
You were. It's to make up for before.
Yes.
That's okay.
So different transport companies, I learned, do different like methods of how the vehicle arrives into the States. So the reason why the company that is very united that delivers our vehicles, those all come from port. This other
Port.
vehicle that claim
They come from starboard, right?
oh dang, I was like, I don't know what the other ones are. Port, start, aft.
Fore and aft.
I did it.
You got one.
I got, well,
You got one.
starboard.
That's one of the. You're very good, Allie. You're very good. Thank you.
I've been on a boat.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
Bubble. There was a bubble.
I've been on a boat.
Way to save it.
Okay.
I was trying not to burp as I said it.
You know I always have your back, but
Not this time.
this is a visible
This
head
time
shake.
you have my starboard.
Oh wow, not good.
save.
Not good, but
And I'll take your aft.
Ooh.
Moving
Hashtag
on.
sell the bell.
Bing bong.
Fuck
Fuck
your
your
life.
Yeah, so the different transport companies do different things. And so this time we have a superior transport company. And so they had like a whole different way of delivering. And literally, we've never gotten
A car from them.
deliveries from this particular company before. And all the vehicles on this truck, oh, those ones come from rail, by the way. So they come from a train station.
Eric wants to get railed and have a train run on him.
Oh, in his aft?
Oh my god. Yes. Well done. I'm
That's not
enjoying
even
this.
bad. We're talking, like, you can't even be mad at
We're
that.
talking transportation here.
real bad. So,
Look like the 4th of July.
so all the vehicles from this particular company were extremely filthy. And you only get 5 minutes to inspect each vehicle. Like, that's a
You're allowed
standard.
up to 5 minutes per vehicle.
Up to 5 minutes. So The vehicle's going to get PDI'd. It's 2 days later. The vehicle finally gets washed, and there are rub marks, like hundreds and hundreds of scratches in the driver's side rear quarter panel, the wheel well like trim molding,
And the glass is scraped.
the glass, the tailgate, and
The wheel
the
over
two tail lights on that side as well.
It looked like somebody took a sandblaster to it.
And so, like, you get to claim hidden damage if there's anything wrong that, like, you weren't able to see within the 5 minutes, like, within reason. Like, if it's on a quarter panel, you're supposed to be able to see it,
Or
and it
something
gets caught.
major, you know.
Right, something major. Well, because the vehicle was dirty, we couldn't see it. So I had to like do all these hoops and be like, no, it actually is hidden damage in this case because the vehicle arrived so dirty. And it was like, we're still in the process of getting authorized because it's now major damage. So anything in this, I don't know if it's just California or if it's everywhere. Everything over $1,500 of damage to the vehicle can, like, anything more than that, it goes up in tiers.
Right.
So you can still, at $1,500 to like $2,500, I think, you can sell it as new and repair it. The second tier is you have to sell the vehicle as used. And the third tier of damage is like, oopsie, we're going to buy that back.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So this vehicle needs, oh, and when you sell it at there's like a middle tier, you have to, it's new, but you have to tell them,
disclose
you have
the
to
information.
disclose that there was
Well,
damage
I
on
had,
the vehicle.
I had posted that picture of that F-150,
Had the
F-150
rear
that got dropped
tailgate
off that.
ripped open.
Well, it was more than that. Like
Yeah.
the frame was buckled on this thing, or something. I mean, we never even had a chance to look at it.
Anyways,
But
what category did that fall into?
Still in the process. Will update next week.
Okay.
So, but the damage the estimate so far is close to $5,000.
Wow.
yeah, that's
Not chocolate kisses.
No. Or euros or whatever.
Canadian
What I
dollars.
was to say, what are they using?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Canadian dollars. Was like that's dollars too. So
That's a bunch of loonies and toonies. I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
Give your balls a tug.
So that was super
Yes, good,
exciting, and I suggested that what we
Your
do
balls a tug, tit fucker.
exactly that we have the person who's checking in our vehicles do a walk around for 30 seconds with a phone or a camera on video, and that way you can slow down the video and see, oh no, you couldn't tell. So
The
it's
problem,
hidden damage.
the problem is with that is we would start off by doing that after a week. Nobody would do it anymore.
Well, that's not the right attitude to have.
I realize that.
How
but
dare you.
I know. But here's the other thing that I also suggested. I'm like, if you guys, the wash truck that we use is back there where the PDIs get dropped off. And it's got a very long hose. Start the pressure washer.
long?
Hit the very long.
Giggity.
Start the pressure washer in the back of the truck and spray it off real quick. Bye.
Have fun wherever you're going.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think they're gonna make it?
Yeah, right. So was my recommendation. But realistically speaking, it's like it would happen for an amount of time, or there would just be a time where there is nobody there, or it's not whatever. You know that there's always going to be some damn excuse if why it wasn't performed.
I also had to yell at the sales department today because they're like, well, we told the body shop to go ahead with the repair. And I was like, no.
Oh, fuck.
You cannot move ahead with that at all. They're like, oh, but we have the car sold. I was like, no, you don't. Sorry. No, you don't. Not happening. Because also
grab the
it's
keys? I would've
it's to
gone and grabbed the
protect.
keys.
I
It's
had
already
the
at the body
service
shop.
manager help, and yes, it was already at the body shop. So it was literally just one person calling the body shop and being like, "Go ahead." They're not like, "Oh, are you sure?" Like they're gonna be like, "Yay, $5,000." Woo.
Seriously.
So
God.
speaking of money, we're going to do this topic, and this is going to be a group conversation once I'm done with my story, which is your favorite kind of customer, and you can be either good or bad or both. but I'm going to start with my actual favorite type of customer on the good spectrum.
I have two.
So I had a customer, very nice guy, who has a older Mazda 3 with a ass ton of miles on it. I think it's 180
Is that metric ass ton or U.S. Imperial ass ton?
U.S. Imperial ass ton. Okay. So a little bit less than the metric ass ton. He, with it being, like I said, it's like 186,000 miles, and it's a 2011 Mazda 3. Might be a 10. I honestly don't remember. But he comes in and he complains about hard shifting or slipping, however the exactual verbiage was.
Exactual verbiage.
What?
Nothing. Go on.
Did I say exactual?
No. What were you saying?
Did I say exactual?
I don't know. We'll review.
Okay, yeah. Well, if I did, I'll say it again, exactual verbiage. Own it. We bring it in regular service. Tech test drives it like normal during the road test, and sure enough, the trans is slipping pretty noticeably. And regular service gets done. We send them the inspection video. We send them a quote, and the customer pay trans on that car pays almost $7.
Jesus.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Why Jesus?
That just seems so expensive.
The transmission itself is like 48.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable.
Buy used or rebuilt.
So, he wanted once he found out what it was, he even said to begin with walking in, he's like, if this needs a transmission, I want a quote for a new one. So we're like, okay, that's fine. So we send him the quote. He approves the work. Almost $7,000, eighth.
What's the warranty on a new transmission from you guys?
12.
Really? Oh my God. In talking to people and listeners, chime in, please. Maybe no, it's not a poll. In talking with people who work for other manufacturers, I have come to terms with the fact that Ford has one of the best warranties out there, aside from shitty Hyundai and Kia.
Do you get an additional powertrain?
Because their powertrain warranty, because they're such piles of shit, is 10 years, 100,000 miles.
Correct.
But our
isn't it either or too? It's both. It's not or. It's and.
I don't know. Anyways, our warranty. Well, first of all, powertrain is $560. But when you buy a powertrain, whether it be the engine or transmission, it's 3 years unlimited miles.
Oh wow.
And for all other parts, it's 2 years unlimited miles.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Go Fjord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stand behind it.
Hell, that's a great selling point. Just that in itself.
And that is a selling point.
That's the way that we sell the assembly versus the repair of their existing unit.
And that's what reels the customers in, is that extended warranty.
Good through any dealership, any Ford dealership.
Yeah.
Now it's
as long as you have proof of purchase.
Now it's or not and for that, correct? If they hit the 2
I assume
years,
It's
Unlimited miles.
Yeah, so
but
there
it's
no.
or. So if
no, it's 3 years
Unlimited miles.
unlimited mileages.
So you're only
in
that
in
all the
that
time.
instance,
Okay.
it's and.
well, that's what I was.
That's contrary to how, like, if we repair a unit under, like, if I were to overhaul a transmission under base powertrain warranty, it's 12 months or 12,000 miles
Right.
coverage
Whichever
for those
comes
components that I replaced.
Gotcha.
If they were to fail.
Gotcha. So this guy approves the work on this car because he really, really, really loves his car, and he doesn't want a new car. He's a particular type of customer. It's like realistically,
The
Does he
particular
drive a
customer.
Miata? Does he drive a Miata?
Mazda 3.
Okay.
No, she was
Close.
saying
No,
It's
I
just
know.
there's
And even though he knows he could get a new car, it's just one of those customers. For whatever reason, you just love your car. So the part is back ordered. Go figure. And and I let him know. I'm like, hey man, the part's back ordered. We can put a CEO rush shipment on it, so you're put to the front of the line when the parts become available. If you don't put a CEO shipment on it, it's going to be anywhere from 3 to 7 months. CEO is just a rush shipping order. It just puts you to the front of the line. That's literally
do
it.
not know what it stands for, but it's for CEO freight. I'm not sure exactly what the
Cool,
acronym
extraordinary order.
is. Yep.
definitely.
It's probably critical something order.
Extreme.
Critical extreme order.
Critical equipment order.
Oh, that could be. That's
Maybe.
what it is now.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what it is.
It'll stay like that until someone tells us differently.
Yeah.
So I tell the guy you can spend a little bit extra money and it ends up being 10%. No, not 10%. Yes. No, I don't know. Let's just say it's 10%. It's 10% of the overall part. And that includes the shipping cost and all that crap.
Yeah, I remember seeing the
That's
order.
ours too. It's
Okay.
10% markup.
So there you go. So he goes, of course, I want the CEO. And usually when it comes to those where the customer can still drive the car, it's not undrivable. It's just a little bucky, but it's not to the point where we're all like, you really shouldn't drive this. It's going to ruin something. It's just now starting to get noticeable. And we tell them, if you want to take your car, we just need a down payment. And usually we'll charge them the CEO shipping and then a restocking fee or up front.
If they don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We charge them the restocking fee up front. That way, if they don't show up, we can return it. We don't lose any money. You're also on the hook, period, for the CEO shipping. And he goes, okay. He's like, would it be okay if I just paid the CEO shipping and the whole entire part up front in full? And we're like,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
yeah. I'm like, that's like $4,700, dude. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Akadake.
Oh, thank you. We're not.
Yeah, sell the bell.
We're not worthy.
So I told him, of course, I'll set the paperwork up so it reflects that. And he comes to pick up the car. He drops $4,700 and some change for that. And the part just showed up, and he's all like, I'll come back to get the work done and pay the other $3,000.
Well, thank goodness that's a good customer. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a killer customer.
Yeah.
And then my least favorite type of customer is the one who comes in with any complaint about Bluetooth in their phone.
Hi, my name's Debbie.
Exactly.
I had a customer like that with an older Lincoln last week. Actually,
How old was it? No.
A 2000 Lincoln
that is
town car with 178,000 miles on it.
Wow.
And it needed a little bit of work.
No kidding.
$3,500 worth of work, something like that. And didn't even bat an eye. He loves his car.
Yep.
And we'd let him know that it could potentially need more work. This is where we're starting. And he said, okay, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I found more repairs needed while I was disassembling and didn't, again, bat an eye.
Didn't phase him.
Okay, do it.
Phase.
Yeah. Funny.
It
No,
didn't
No,
phase her.
no.
no phasers.
I know.
Not that vehicle.
I'm just making a Ford joke.
This one.
God, I'm trying for you guys.
But I love those kinds of customers, the yes customers. That,
Hi, thank you for calling the Ford Phaser department. Can I help you?
you know, in and out of work, I have yes customers outside of work too. They're like, I don't care what it costs, just fix it. And like, it's going to be, I don't care, whatever, just do it.
fine.
Okay, I need a deposit of this month. Actually, I'll just pay you in full. I have a lot of customers that will pay me before I even do the work, and I'm not even doing it that same day.
That's how you know you're good and they trust you.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. It is.
I actually have two of the least favorite kind of customers. Now,
Oh, do tell.
I will say that I understand why this first kind of customer does this. It's the ones who bring their vehicle to the dealership because they can't figure out what's wrong with it, or they don't have the tools to figure out what's wrong with it. They just want to pay you to figure it out, and then they pull the car.
And then they take it.
Yes.
That's not fair.
But at the same time, I understand why. I'm like that with my car. You know, I dropped it off at the dealership to figure out what was wrong with it, and if it was going to be, you know, thousands of dollars, I was just going to fix it myself. But that didn't end up happening. I still need to call Lexus about that.
Are you upfront about that? Like when you take your car in, are you like, can you just diagnose it because I'm going to fix it myself?
No, because I'm optimistic that it's not going to be an arm and a leg.
Good on you.
How long have you been in this industry?
Yeah, seriously. And the other customer that I really dislike are the ones that they have automotive experience.
Oh, yeah.
Or they, Mike's had a few of those, the ones that know what they're talking about.
My father was a general manager at a dealership, or my uncle used to work on race cars.
I had a customer come in once who's an engineer for something. I don't remember what the
For
fuck
like
it was.
freaking wastewater
Boeing.
pumps
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we all knew that he was just warranty happy because his warranty was expiring like the next day or like within the next 100 miles, and he was bringing it to us. He said because his exhaust was too hot.
Oh, God.
Because when he hooked his computer up to the truck to make sure everything was okay, the exhaust temperature was reading too high on a
Compared to-
gasoline turbocharged engine that he was supposedly getting the exhaust temperatures from the oxygen sensors.
That's not how that necessarily.
Well, the forum said that
Another customer I hate. Forum fuckers.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, those ones.
I had a customer tell me today that he was trying to install springs of some nature on his wastegate actuators on the
Keep it
turbos.
from rattling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I read in the forum that said, listen, sir, I can't advise you to do this repair because you're not supposed to do this. And also, I can't tell you that it's going to fix it because I've never done it. I would never attempt to do it.
Right.
Ford says it's normal and doesn't cause any damage. So,
Leave it be.
yeah.
That customer insisted that we fix it because it was a problem.
but it's not a okay.
And then it ballooned
what?
into
Yeah.
other problems the truck supposedly had, that it smoked on acceleration, and he did like
That's just the tires burning up, bro.
seriously, and it was like 10 pulls in front of the dealership of me standing outside, me being in the car with hanging out the window while he was doing it, and his wife standing there with me at the curb, and just we ended up just kicking him out because we were charging in the diag. We made him aware up front. If we don't find anything wrong, which we already knew we weren't, you are responsible for the X amount of labor hours that we're spending to look at your vehicle, even though we know that there's nothing wrong with it. And it turned into this huge thing, and he was argumentative. Anyways, he got banned from the dealership after that visit.
Was his picture like up in the break room wall or whatever?
Seriously.
If you see this customer,
Run!
And mind you, it was an old truck. It was like a 2014 or something like that.
Oh.
Like, get the fuck out with over 100,000 miles.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Bye-bye.
that's older.
Bye.
Yeah, no. So those are my two. And well, I guess, and the good one too. So that was 3 total.
Allie really doesn't have a...
Yeah, like I was thinking about this. Like, do I just say like the people that I work with, like the things that, because like those are my customers.
What about you, Mike? You got a favorite and unfavorite?
I mean, kind of my favorite customers are the ones that tell me like, oh, well, I read on this forum, or like I saw on YouTube that it only takes this long to do this job, and like this is how this person did it. Like anybody that tries to tell me how to do my job or what they saw on a forum, I like instantaneously do not care about what you're going to tell me, because I don't trust another shop's diag. Like, like,
Hey, what's that? That's my last fuck.
yeah.
There it goes.
I don't trust another shop or another technician's diag versus, let alone some YouTube guy or something that you read on a forum from other crazy people like yourself. Like, I don't care. I'm either going to diagnose it and fix it myself, or you can take your car on down the road.
Right, well-
I'm not doing what you tell me to do.
We had a couple come in a couple of days ago with a
A couple come in a couple of days ago?
A couple come in a couple of days ago, yes. And they came in with the CX-9, no appointment. The people that have no appointments kind of pull into the service drive a specific way. It's like fast, hot. They run into the
Because
service
their problem
office.
is immediate and right now.
Correct. So they walk in and they go, "Well, you need to check my car." And I'm like, "Okie dokie." And it wasn't me who was actually up for this but I'm just going to tell this story as if I was. And they're like, "You guys need to check our car. There's something wrong." And we're like, "Okay, do you have an appointment?" They're like, "No, but there's something wrong with my car, so you need to check it." We're like, "Okay, we can, but there are a lot of other people in front of you. There is no guarantee we will get at it today, but we will try our absolute best." And they're like, well, we just came from our mechanic shop, which we trust fully, and he's good at what he does.
There is no wrong that this person can do.
Correct. He's the best there is, and the car has a check engine light, and he says it's this, and this, and it's covered under warranty, so you guys need to fix it. We're like, okay, well, first off, that's not how that works. We can write you a repair order. We can diagnose it for you, and then once we figure out what it is, we will then let you know at that point if it is covered under warranty. And that is going to cost you $185 an hour. But we will start off with $185. And the wife goes, what do you mean? It's already been diagnosed. And we're like, you are correct by your master mechanic, which we will not take his word for it or his findings. That was not at our shop. And they're like, well, they said it was this part. Can we just go buy this part? And we're like, of course you can. Parts department is right across the lot. You are more than happy to buy it and take it back to your mechanic. They're like, well, shouldn't we get it for free because it's warranty? And we're like, well, we don't know if it's going to be warranty because we don't know what it is.
Could you imagine like the repair manual being like, follow these steps unless so-and-so's mechanic says it's covered under warranty.
So we go back and forth a little bit with this couple, and they finally decide, they're like, no, we're just going to take it back and let him do the work. We'd rather pay him than deal with this. And we're like, we're sorry you feel that way. Bye. Have a nice day. And bye-bye.
Bye, love you.
Bye. Okay, bye-bye.
Yep.
Doggy, go down the hole.
Oh, good reference.
That's still the same thing as like when the customer comes in and is like, I had my code scanned at
Jiffy
X shop, Jiffy Lube, whatever.
It has a misfire. They said I need spark plugs.
Yeah, and then they said that it needs, for this code it needs this thing. I just want you to install this thing. I'm like, well, I mean, no.
I was gonna say no. I mean, I will, but you're not gonna be happy.
I have literally told customers numbers and numbers of times that I will install anything that you tell me to. However, I would much rather diagnose this properly than just take your money and come back and tell you that, hey, the thing that you thought was wrong with it or that you read online is not even close. Like, why don't you just let us do our job? I don't come to your place of business and tell you how to do your job. Please let us do our job. I know that you might think that because you're a keyboard warrior, you might have found that this is the solution to your vehicle. But guess what? 9 times out of 10,
it's not.
It's not. Yeah, so it's very frustrating.
That's why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
It is because we're the professionals.
That is 100,000% the case. You're here because at some point in your lovely experience, you either doubted yourself, the person who is already looking at the vehicle, or what you've read.
Yeah.
So you're here. So why don't we do it right? And moving on, because
you guys want to laugh?
Yes.
I always want to laugh.
Is this an Eric joke?
It is an Eric joke.
These are my favorite.
I love these.
If you have children in the room, tell them to leave.
Off to a good start.
I will pause.
Oh my God. Was that the joke?
It was not. Okay, that's enough time. Your kids have now left the room. What does masturbation and brain damage have in common?
I don't know. What?
After a few strokes, it's over.
Oh.
Oh my God. I don't even know if we can laugh at that.
I honestly expected Jacob to get it, but
I tried. I'm like, I don't know about this one, guys. So after that, do we want to talk about Lubrac? Do we want to talk about the robber meeting, work introductions, or me getting abducted?
I want to talk about that, like really, 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 really bad. What do you guys want to talk about?
I want to hear about Jake getting abducted.
Yeah, I almost had to call someone and be like, I have a very specific set of skills.
Thank you, Liam. So,
Specific.
Speaking of favorite types of customers, to add this as a runner-up are Eric, this is not an attack at you, I promise, because I'm even bad at this, are the people who hear a noise while driving that's not always present, whether it be a rattle or a creak or a squeak.
Wait, what did I complain about?
Like all the noises your Lexuses were making?
Oh, no, it was one noise, and it's only taking it out of park. Which, by the way, after they did whatever the fuck it was they do, it's still there, but it's not
as bad.
Frequent.
Gotcha. So this customer, who Allie, her name is
Majestic Forest.
Majestic
Forest. Do you remember her, guys?
I do.
So-
It's a callback.
So this is Majestic Forest, and she was originally in for a transmission concern where she thought the vehicle was shifting improperly, which it's not. It's just the way that the Mazdas are. If you don't drive them like a car, you baby them, you featherfoot it, they kind of are jerky. And also about a noise that's coming from, generally speaking, where the touchscreen is and where the front center vents are for the AC.
Didn't you say there was
Like
a
the front
TSB or something on
console.
that behind the dash or the glove box or something like that there for a noise, a creak or rattle or something?
There has been TSBs
There
for that.
has
I
been,
don't know
but
if
not-
it's for this model.
Not this model.
Gotcha.
So go figure, it was no problem found, and I wasn't the writer, but it was no problem found for the second time that she's been in. So she shows up, picks up her car, and I go, hey, you know, because the rider that was handling it had to leave a little bit earlier than expected, I told her, I'm like, hey, look, if you have any quick questions, I'd be more than happy to explain anything to you. And she goes, no, actually, I think I've everything handled. And I'm like, perfect.
Beautiful.
So she walks out of the office, hops in her car, drives away. Like 2 minutes later, while I'm outside talking to my boss, I see her peel into the driveway,
Literally peel into
literally, and
Like an orange.
ripping the handbrake.
and I hear her go over this little metal plate that's in the driveway that goes
Tink,
"Tuk-unk,"
Yeah, you
that
know when
you
someone's
know when
coming in.
somebody's pulling in.
It's kind of like the service bell when you pull
Exactly.
into the gas station.
Ding ding. And I turn around and it's her, and she waves and kind of does the hey, come over here, and I'm like,
Come hither.
okay. And she rolls down her window and she's like, hey, can you hop in real quick and take a quick test drive with me? Because the noise that she was hearing either near the vents or by the screen had returned. And I look at my boss, and there's a running joke that she is interested in me,
Oh.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think she is.
Without to go into any more further
Who
detail.
wouldn't be?
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it. And so I'm like, sure, I've got
Eric?
about 5 minutes to kill. And this is 10 minutes before I clock out. So I stick my head into the office. I'm like, hey guys, hold down the fort for me, as my boss is laughing at me as I'm hopping inside of the car with that joke running through his head. I was with her for over 25 minutes. With her
That's why
driving.
we started the podcast late today, actually.
Correct. With her driving me around the whole entire area from here. She took me all the way to the end of the dealership, hopped onto the freeway, went down about 4 exits, looped all the way back around, took side streets, took it all the way past that particular boulevard, all the way towards your neighborhood over by the Costco, hopped back down, hopped onto the freeway, hopped off halfway, looped around, went all the way past the golf course. And we did
Oh my God.
this whole entire time, and the noise duplicated itself kind of once. And she's like, see, it's from the screen. And it's not coming from the screen. It's definitely the center vents. And she's got this aftermarket phone clip that's shoved over the front of the vents.
Was it a rip 'em and dip 'em sauce cup?
It should have been.
Soft cut.
If it wasn't, it should have been.
Right. So that's there. And I told her, I'm like, look, it's coming from your vents. It's not coming from the screen. And I think you should take this off and see if the noise goes away. And after all of that, she finally takes me back and she asked me a couple more questions and then a couple more questions. And then she asked me about another noise. And then she finally says, bye, thanks for your time. And this was at 6:27 that I walked into the office.
At which point, I've already been hanging out with all of the people that were working in the service drive. And, you know, a good 15, it had to have been longer than 20 minutes because for everyone left. And I'm realizing, oh, I'm the only person in the service drive right now.
She's in the
everyone
office.
has left. It's wide open. The lights are on. I was like, well, I don't have keys. So I was like, okay, I guess I just stay here until Jake gets
So
back.
I
I'm
w-
like talking to Eric on the phone.
I was abducted and I was texting my boss going, don't lock up the service drive. I hope I'll be back soon. And it's just, text back is like, ha 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 ha, ha. And I'm like,
No, you don't understand.
no, I'm like, call the police.
Send help.
If I'm not back in 15 minutes,
Right.
call the police.
Yeah, exactly. Call the police.
That's hilarious.
And
And I'm all like, when I finally got back to Allie and we got into the car, I'm like, ma'am, can I please go home to my wife and my cat? I just wants to go home.
so to wrap this up, the last thing that Jake says to me is, she had her hand on my thigh. And I was like, no, she didn't.
Well, unless he's talking about his select piece of chicken from KFC.
That's
So,
hilarious.
anyways,
Well, you guys, it's been a great episode. If you
And I'm
know who you are, maybe this episode sounds different, maybe not. Let us know your feedback. We love you guys.
we listen to what you guys have to say. You know who you are, particular listeners. If you guys ever have anything that you'd like us to...
Feedback.
Exactly. If you have anything that you'd like to give
Don't
us
like?
improvement on, don't like, whatever the case is, we listen.
You want to tell us a dumb joke to tell on the podcast? We got you.
We're here.
Not that Eric's jokes are dumb.
Eric's jokes are great.
I think that's why we like them, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever.
No, I really like them.
But anyways, guys, we have to thank our sponsors, wrap up this week's episode, and get ready to see you all next week.
Yes. We'd like to thank Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop in Lake
Thank you
Elsinore.
for the enunciation.
And his creamy quad.
So creepy.
Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools supplying us with the awesome stuff to fix the curves.
Curves.
And Travis Ferris with all of the chemicals from Justice Brothers.
Chemicals. Bruce Vane for the tunes.
Thank you for the TNs.
The tunes to listen while I'm at ski.
Norman Glazier, Dale Follett, Drew, Aaron, everybody,
All the OGs.
Visit our website and buy our merch.
Tyler, yes, tons of people. I can't list everybody's names.
Hey, you too. Thank
Customer
you.
CustomerStatesPodcast.com. CustomerStatesPodcast@gmail.com if you want to email us with your voice memos, your ideas,
Or support us with our PayPal.
or support us with a PayPal.
Hey.
And Anchor.fm.
Yes. Hey,
That's a
Eric,
place.
what do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
What do you call a cow with 3 legs?
What?
Lean
Try
beef.
to. Oh.
Lean
Lean beef.
Jesus.
Jesus. Sorry,
All right,
continue.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I think we've taken care of all the sponsors.
Yes.
We want to thank everybody. We want to thank our listeners.
Because
Hey,
without
follow,
you,
follow us on our social medias
we
too.
did that.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
More
Without,
updates coming soon.
Yes.
because without you, we're nothing.
And with that, we say,
Love you.
Eh.
Try again.
hold on. Let's get one in here. I'll edit it out later if it's not
Okay.
good. But okay, ready?
Love you. Eh.
Motherfucker.
Jake is a ruiner. Goodbye. Thank you.
I'm an attempter.
Love you.
Hi, this is Mike Sarah from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.